start.
Let him laugh, let him weep, let him yell, let him sing. All they wanna say. Let him lay me traps and men to pray to Jehovah, me I pray. Let him laugh, let him weep, let him yell, let him sing. All they wanna say. Let him lay me traps and men to pray to Jehovah, me I pray. Let I be me instead of playing games. For chasing fame, let somebody sweat the lack of flames. No, living my life to the fullest, man. Shout out my halala to the fullest. Let my lungs out. I'm still rising up to greater heights. As long as
Hello, Kwanjus and Bonani. Welcome to Rise to Greater Heights Network, where you can turn your fears into greater success while seizing new opportunities. You know, it is so significant to have a positive mindset, more especially under these circumstances. So this network has the potential to completely revolutionize every aspect of your life and career. My name is Dr. Riel Nkunene, and I'm going to be your host for today. So if you're watching us online, please feel free to put in the chat box where you're watching us from and what you hope to achieve from our podcast. Today, we are surrounded by greatness in the World Wide Web. We have amazing speakers who's going to share some nuggets on how you can actually elevate your brand or your business, how to elevate your brand or your business. So in Sweden, we have Katrin Castillo. And in Washington State, we have Terry Lind. And I believe in California, we have Linda Sunshine West. So at this moment, I'm just going to let our speakers to introduce themselves. You can go ahead, Kate.
Hi everyone. So I can be called Kate, but I'm also called Catherine. You can call me both, and I'm really happy to be here today. Just a quick info about me. I do run startups in Asia and in Europe, and in doing so, I've actually had the privilege of witnessing firsthand the power of resilience, innovation, and action. So you know, beyond my professional activities, there's quite a lot, but one thing that I enjoy is to collect passions. I enjoy making time with my blended family. I am a bonus mom of 3, and I also like spearheading intentional community building initiatives here in my town. And I just enjoy meeting like minds. And I'm happy to be here. Thanks again for having me.
Oh, wow. It's such an honor to have you, Katrin, on this platform. And really, I'm looking forward to hear more of your message today.
Thank you.
Thank you. You can go ahead, Terry, and please introduce yourself. Unmute yourself.
Okay, my name is Terry Lindy. I'm with Destiny Management, and I've been helping people lead a higher quality of life for the last 30 plus years with fitness and nutrition, and mainly believe in helping a person fitting fitness and nutrition into their lifestyle. So it's not one particular program to follow. It's all customized to make it fit into their time frame, their goals, and most importantly, help them learn what their body's trying to tell them, the feedback that their body's giving them, so they can make the correct choice and adaptations throughout the years.
Oh, wow. Wow. What an inspiration. Really, I'm looking forward to hear more of your message, Terry. And thank you for saying yes. It's an honor to have you on this platform.
Thank you.
Wow. You can go ahead, Linda, and please introduce yourself.
Hi, my name is Linda Sunshine West. Sunshine's not my given name. It's the name that was given to me about 7 years ago after I started a personal development journey, which kind of tells me that I was not Sunshine prior to about 7 years ago. It's been an interesting journey. I'm now a book publisher, which I'm an unlikely book publisher because I was never interested in reading and never interested in writing. I'll share a little bit about that as we go on during my talk, but it's the journey of life. This is the one thing I've learned is the journey of life will take us on twists and turns all over the place, but we get to decide what we're going to do. And no matter what decision we make in that moment was the right decision at that time. So I've learned not to regret any decisions that I have made because all of those decisions led me up to who I am today. I'm honored and blessed to be here, and I am excited to share what I do and hear what both Catherine and Terry do. Thank you so much for having us.
Oh, wow. Wow. Tell me about that. I was just like yourself. I wasn't into reading. I wasn't into writing, but guess what? What we're doing today, we're writing books. I'm looking forward to hear more of your message, Linda, and thank you for being with us today. So, Catherine, I have a question for you. If you happen to have your own billboard, I don't know where your billboard is going to be. Is it Sweden? Is it the Philippines? What will your billboard say?
I think I would use I can't say usual tagline, but it has been my tagline since I can't remember. So if you go to my LinkedIn, my tagline says in permanent beta. So just like a software, I'm in constant evaluation of my thoughts, behaviors, how I feel, think about, things in general. I would like to see myself as this constant improvement. I don't want to see myself as perfection, but rather this type of person who would go after it. And so hence in permanent beta is, I think, what I would put in my billboard.
Impermanent data. I love that. I love that. I believe we become what we feed ourselves. The more you feed yourself with this, the more you become. Wow, wow, what a profound billboard. Wow, wow. How about you, Terry? Maybe your billboard is already down there in the busy highway in Washington State. What will your billboard say?
I would have it say, unlock your potential with fitness and nutrition and build the best you.
Wow, unlock your potential with fitness and nutrition and build the best you.
Mm-hmm.
And build the best you.
Build the best you.
Wow, wow. Look at these billboards, really. They're just encouraging, they're inspiring us, they are motivating us like that. The change that you want to see, it should begin with you. Just build the best you. I love it. I love it. How about you, Linda? What will your billboard say? Is it going to be in San Diego? I don't know. What will your billboard say?
Mine's going to be on Times Square. It's going to be in that huge Times Square billboard, and it's going to say, do it because you're scared. I broke through one fear every single day for a year when I was age 51, and that completely transformed my entire life. And so now when I experience fear, I say, oh, that's just fear. I have to do this because I'm scared, because the results on the other side of fear are something that are going to truly transform our lives. I know we have some people that are watching us live, and so thank you so much for being here. And if you've experienced any fears, drop a fear in the chat that you're thinking about right now. Maybe there's something you want to do. You're not sure how to do it, and you just need to go out there and do it because you're scared. But let's hear what your fears are. I'd love to know.
Wow, do it because you're scared. You know what? You will do it the best if you're scared, because you will pour all of your energy in it because you're scared. And beyond that fear, faith will activate everything that you are just putting your mindset in. I love it. I love all the billboards, by the way. So I believe mine will be the fourth billboard driving down the highway, and it's going to say, what? The sky is no longer the limit, but now the sky is our point of view. So let's all rise to greater heights. And it's definitely coming. So we are flying all the way to Sweden, where we have Katrin Castillo, originally hailing from Manila, Philippines. Katrin Castillo now proudly call Angel Home Sweden her home. Having journeyed across continents for work, family, and love, she identifies herself as a global citizen, transcending the boundaries of nationality and discovering the power of resilience and self-belonging. So her background is a mix of skills and passions, spanning entrepreneurship, healthcare, performing arts, fitness, pole sports, scuba diving, aviation, reflecting the modern renaissance of a woman she inspires to be. So currently, Katrin oversees startups in Asia while spearheading another venture in Sweden for an expansion into the US and the Nordics. Beyond her professional endeavors, she prioritizes moments of self-care, crafting cocktails, and cherishing time with her blended family. So kings and queens, please join me and welcome Katrin Castillo.
Thank you. Hi again, everyone. So it's an honor for me to address you a topic that is not only close to my heart, but it's also paramount in the world of business, which is elevating your brand with the right mindset and attitude. So in a landscape inundated with competition and ever-evolving consumer preferences, it's not just about what your brand offers, but it's also how it's perceived. So today we'll talk about the profound impact that mindset and attitude can have on your brand success. So let's start by acknowledging the undeniable truth. Mindset shapes our reality. Countless studies have shown that individuals with a growth mindset characterized by resilience, perseverance, and a belief in continuous improvement tend to outperform those who have a fixed mindset. So I don't know if you've heard of this, but this principle extends beyond individuals to organizations and brands. This was a research conducted by, there was actually a research conducted by Stanford University psychologist. Her name is Carol Dweck. She revealed that individuals and organizations with a growth mindset are more adaptable to change, more innovative, and ultimately more successful. Why? Because they view challenges not as obstacles, but opportunities for growth and learning. So they understand that setbacks are not failures, but rather stepping stones on a path to success. Now, if we apply, or let's apply this principle to branding, your brand's mindset sets the tone for everything it does, from product development to consumer service. A brand with a growth mindset embraces feedback. It learns from its mistakes and constantly strives to exceed expectations. But on the other hand, a brand with a fixed mindset may become complacent, mediocre, resistant to change, and ultimately stagnant. No movement, right? So if you consider the example of Apple, throughout its history, Apple has embodied a growth mindset. So Apple continually pushing the boundaries of innovation and redefining the entire industry. So Steve Jobs, Apple's co-founder, he famously said, "Innovation distinguishes between a leader and a follower." So this mindset has enabled Apple to evolve from a garage setup to one of its most valuable companies in the world, revolutionizing the way we communicate, work, and live in the process. But mindset alone is not enough. Attitude plays a crucial role in shaping how your brand is perceived by customers or consumers. So research suggests that consumers are not just buying products or services. They're buying into your values. You're buying into the company's values, your personality, and the identity of the brand itself. So in other words, attitude is the soul of your brand. So there's another study. I love studies. And there's another study conducted by Harvard Business Review. It was found that brands perceived having a positive attitude characterized by authenticity, transparency, empathy, are more likely to build strong emotional connections with consumers. These emotional connections not only drive brand loyalty, but also serve as a powerful differentiator in a crowded marketplace. So we all know Nike. So I will use Nike as an example. So with Nike, beyond selling athletic apparel and footwear, Nike has cultivated a brand attitude centered around empowerment, determination, and victory. Their iconic slogan, "Just Do It," encapsulates its attitude, inspiring millions around the world, to push their limits and also to achieve their goals. So as a result, Nike isn't just a brand, as we all know, it's a symbol of aspiration and achievement. So how can you elevate your brand with the right mindset and attitude? So I can offer some practical strategies here. The first one would be to cultivate a growth mindset within your organization. I do think that this is paramount. You encourage a culture where curiosity, experimentation, and resilience are not only valued, but also actively nurtured. So another way is to just foster an environment where team members feel empowered to explore new ideas, to take calculated risks, and learn from both successes and failures. Embrace feedback as a valuable tool for growth and development, recognizing that it is a gift to provide invaluable insights into areas of improvement. So by encouraging an open and constructive feedback loop, you create a culture of continuous improvement where every member of your team is committed to pushing the boundaries of what's possible. So remember, the mindset of your brand begins with a collective mindset of your organization. And by fostering a culture of growth and learning, you lay a foundation of innovation, adaptability, and long-term success. The second point is to define, and it's by defining and embodying a clear brand attitude is essential for establishing a strong connection with consumers. So take the time to identify the values, the personal traits, and the emotions that you want your brand to evoke in your audience, whether it's trust, transparency, excitement, empathy, or any other sentiment. You just have to ensure that every interaction with your brand reinforces the same attributes in a consistent manner. So we've all heard about Starbucks, so I'll use that as an example for this one. Starbucks, their brand attitude revolves around creating a warm and welcoming environment where customers feel valued and understood. So from the moment you step into Starbucks and to the last sip of your coffee, every aspect of the experience is carefully curated to evoke like feelings of community, comfort, quality, warmth. So the consistency and brand attitude has not only fostered loyalty among its customers, but it also has established Starbucks as a cultural icon synonymous with premium coffee and general hospitality. So by aligning your brand's actions with its desired attitude, you can build trust, loyalty, and emotional resonance with your target audience, setting your brand apart in a competitive market. So I have my third point. The third point is to lead by example. You walk your talk. As leaders within your organization, your mindset and attitude set the tone for the entire team. When you embody a growth mindset and when you demonstrate resilience in the face of challenges and embrace opportunities for learning and development, your team will follow suit. So by showcasing positivity, even in the most trying times, you cultivate a culture of optimism and possibility. I personally think that authenticity and transparency is key. When your action align with your words, you build trust and credibility among your team members. Be a champion of growth, positivity, and authenticity. I encourage everyone to share success stories that highlight the power of a growth mindset, celebrating efforts as much as your achievements. Your enthusiasm and conviction will inspire others to adopt the same mindset and attitude towards your brand. And by leading with integrity and a genuine belief in your brand's mission, you empower your team to strive excellence and embody the values that define your brand. So as a leader, your influence extends far beyond your words. It's through your actions that truly shape your culture and identity of your organization. So my last point would be just to stay true to your brand's purpose. In this hyper-connected world, consumers crave authenticity and sincerity from the brands they support. So you align your actions with your brand's core values and purpose and let them guide every decision you make. So I'd like to close this by saying that the power to elevate your brand lies not just in what you offer, but in how you approach it. By embracing a growth mindset and cultivating a positive attitude, you can differentiate your brand, build deeper connections with consumers, and ultimately achieve sustainable success. As Ralph Waldo Emerson once said, the mind, once stretched by a new idea, never returns to its original dimensions. So let us stretch our minds, elevate our attitudes, and embark on a journey to unlock the full potential of our brands. Thank you. And for everyone who would like to connect with me, I would change my screen or my name to my LinkedIn handle, and you could simply follow me and send me a connection request. Thank you.
Wow, wow, wow. Catherine, just drop the mic. You know, you've shared all the nuggets around a mindset on elevating your brand or your business. You've mentioned that a brand with a growth mindset always embraces feedback. You are not that individual who knows it all, but you know, you rely upon your clients to get the feedback on what you can provide for them that will fit their needs, that will fit their wants. You've also mentioned that we should cultivate a growth mindset to elevate our brand, because with a fixed mindset, you will see a situation as if that situation is not going to change. But with a growth mindset, you will go all in. You'll be like, you know what? I know if I can just try it one more time, I will eventually succeed. Wow, what a profound message. You know, I will go back and watch the replay really, because
Thank you.
you've just dropped all the nuggets that are really, really needed on how to elevate your brand through mindset and attitude. Thank you so much, Catherine, for sharing such a profound, much needed message. Thank you. So now from Sweden to Washington State, where we have Terry Linda. Terry Linda, CSCS, is a certified personal trainer who specializes in helping people of all ages and backgrounds reach their fitness goals and enjoy a higher quality of life. He has many years of experience working with people with diabetes and along the spectrum of sedentary people looking to get into shape to higher level athletes. His philosophy is anything is better than nothing, and he can assist you in reaching your goals no matter what limitations with time, injuries, or current conditioning level there may be. He has a Bachelor of Science degree in physical education with a minor in business from WSSU, and carries certifications with the American College of Sports Medicine, the National Academy of Sports Medicine, Exercise Science Alliance, World Instructor Training Schools, WITS, and the National Strength Coaches Association. Terry is an instructor for the WITS certification programs and has been the director of the personal training program at Ashmed College, Northgate. Terry has written and published 4 books, which are The Final Age, Look and Feel Your Best, The Final Age, Peak Performance, The Final Age, You Are What You Eat, and The Final Age, Iron Athlete Training Journal. So kings and queens, please join me and welcome Terry Lind.
Thank you. Over the years, the 2 main factors that seem to keep people from following a fitness and nutrition program seem to be energy and time. So I try and work with those 2 aspects the most with people, and nutrition is always going to be the most important factor. It's over 50% of the battle with fitness and nutrition, whether you want to lose weight, gain weight. But a big part of it is maximizing your energy and your recovery. So you have to have enough energy to be able to get through the day and still have some energy to exercise. And then you have to be able to recover from it to get to the next day, through the week, and so on. So there's 3 main principles with nutrition. Try and keep it simple. So the biggest issue, or the main principle, is going to be the total number of calories. And that's based largely on your muscle, your lean body mass, and your activity. And the people that I work with, most of them tend to want to lose weight or body fat. So they tend to cut their calories, and they cut their calories by a significant amount, which affects how they can recover and have energy. They're cutting their calories too low. So typically you need to be eating at least 2,200 calories a day for the average sedentary woman, that's with no activity, and 2,500 calories a day for the average man. So determining the correct number of calories is the biggest factor to give you energy during the day. Then the second biggest factor is how you space those calories out. Because if you eat too many calories at one time, your body can't handle it. So it can't digest and absorb the calories. Typically, 500 calories is about the maximum you want at each meal. So if you're eating 2,500 calories a day, you're looking at eating 5 meals a day that are 500 calories. If you're eating 600, 700, 800 calories at a meal, then the extra calories get stored as fat. So anything your body can't use and process either gets excreted or stored. And typically that's going to be stored as fat. So those are the two main principles to follow with a nutrition program. And the third is a little bit different than most programs. I believe in a certain amount of protein, carbohydrates, and fat for each person. There's not one ratio that works for every body, every system. You need to individualize it. And if you've ever eaten a meal where you felt groggy or tired right after you eat, or you don't feel satisfied, the satiety isn't there, you still feel like you have a craving or a hunger, those are two signs that your body's trying to tell you that the amount of protein, carbs, and fat was incorrect for your system. And what it does, without trying to get too technical, there's two main hormones, insulin and glucagon. Most people know about insulin. That handles carbohydrates, and it lowers your blood sugar. So it takes things out of your bloodstream, lowers your blood sugar, and when that happens, that makes you tired and groggy. The opposite of insulin is glucagon, and that raises your blood sugar. Two things stimulate glucagon, that's protein and exercise. So if you've eaten a meal and you start to yawn, feel tired, you're getting groggy, a few minutes, 20 minutes after the meal, then you get up and start walking around, moving around, and you start waking up again and feeling a little bit better. That's because that activity of walking has stimulated glucagon, which raises your blood sugar back up. So if you're eating a meal and you eat the right amount of protein, which stimulates the glucagon, and then you eat the carbohydrate to balance the protein that you ate, so the insulin and glucagon stay in a parallel level. You don't get a spike of either one. You're going to be fully satisfied after the meal, even if it's a small meal. You'll feel full, and you'll have really good energy until the next time you eat. So we're trying to get the spacing to about every 4 hours. So at roughly the 4-hour mark, there's no magic to that number. There are variances, but roughly 4 hours, the food has emptied from your stomach. And your body doesn't know that you can go to the store or go to a restaurant or go and get food. It thinks it might be starving. It doesn't know when you're going to get the next food in. So when that happens, your body starts to release enzymes and hormones to promote fat storage. So if you go longer than 4 hours, the next time you do eat, your body tends to want to store those calories because that's what it's set up for the long term, in case it's starving. So by eating something every 4 hours, you're going to keep your metabolism going high. And the metabolism is made up of two parts, catabolism and anabolism. And catabolism is where you're breaking down the cells in your body, and the anabolism is where you're building them back up. So the metabolism is breaking down and building up, and your body constantly does this. So roughly every 7 years, every single cell in your body has been broken down and replaced. Now, if you are at a calorie deficit, if you're not eating enough calories to maintain your lean body mass and activity during the day, you're in a catabolic state, which means you're constantly in a broken down state. And that's usually where you're going to be susceptible to any illness that comes around, any colds, flus, and where you're going to get those nagging little injuries like your knees ache or your back aches. Something along those lines, because you're not able to get into the anabolic and building back up state. So that's the main part with nutrition. And if you can get the correct number of calories during the day and space those calories out, and then fine tuning with the right amount of protein, carbohydrate, and fat for your system, you're going to have consistent energy throughout the day, and you're going to be able to recover from any activities, hobbies, and such that you might encounter during the days and the weeks, and make progress every week. Now, as far as the fitness side of it, a lot of times it's tough to want to exercise. And when I say exercise, people usually think that that means like going to a gym or putting out a certain amount of effort and time. But it doesn't. It just means activity and movement. And there are certain principles that need to be followed because you need to strengthen muscles around a joint. So if you're only doing certain movements that work, say, forward to backwards, but not side to side, then you're gaining strength in this plane, but this way is getting weaker. And that opens yourself up to injuries and pains down the road. So we want to try and vary the routines periodically to make sure that you're getting a balance of strength for the muscles around a joint, and that you're also working on flexibility, endurance, strength, power, agility. Those are all parts of fitness, but how those are applied are much different for somebody who, say, wants to do a particular sport versus, say, an 80-year-old person who's just working on mobility and wanting to move pain-free. The principles need to be applied, but how they're applied varies. So everything needs to be individualized, and there's not one program that does work for everybody. But if you can get in at least 5 minutes of activity a day, you're going to make progress. And 5 minutes a day will get you progress over a year's time. You don't have to go to a gym. You don't have to have certain equipment. You don't have to put in an hour a day. It can fit into your lifestyle. And as your energy and strength and endurance increase, you can build on that foundation. So that's pretty much what we try and work with our clients to fit it into their lifestyle, and then also to educate them on when their body's telling them they are able to push and when they need more recovery. Because sometimes a day off is going to be better than trying to push through things. It's all a matter of recovery. So
Wow, what a profound message. You know, they always say that knowledge is power. This is knowledge to me. You've shared all the keys. I believe like some of the keys that you've shared to fitness and nutrition in order for you to maximize that energy that you really need for the day, and recovery, and how to stabilize blood sugars and minimize our normal aches and pains, because it's not just, you know, one way to each and every nutrition that you'll have to follow. There is no one way to fitness. You'll have to try different avenues in order for you to keep that body healthy, because you need this body to carry you throughout all the years. Wow, what a message, Terry. Thank you so much. You know, I think your topic, it just deserves the whole day, so that we can just soak in the knowledge and learn more and more. Thank you so much, Terry, for sharing such a profound, much needed message.
thank you.
So now we are going to Linda in San Diego. Linda Sunshine West. Linda Sunshine West. She ran away from home at the age of 5 years and was gone for an entire week. And then she came back home riddled with fears, and in turn became a people pleaser. But at the age of 51, she decided to break through one fear every day for a year. And in doing so, she gained an exorbitant amount of confidence to share her story. Her mission now is to empower 5 million women and men to write their own stories to make a greater impact on the planet. So Linda Sunshine West is the founder and CEO of Action Takers Publishing, a bestseller book publishing expert, and she's also a speaker, 38 times #1 international best-selling author, contributing writer at Entrepreneur Magazine, senior level executive contributing writer at Brains Magazine, and an executive film producer. So, kings and queens, please join me and welcome Linda Sunshine West.
Awesome. Thank you so much for having me. And I love what both Catherine and Terry shared. Terry, after I'm done, make sure you let people know how they can get in contact with you, because you didn't share that. So I want to make sure that they get that. So I always write notes when I hear speakers speak, because I want to speak a little bit to what they spoke about, as well as what I'm here to speak about. But before I get started, I want to ask you all a question. And I see we have 8 people watching us live right now. So that's fantastic. For those of you who are watching the replay, that's awesome as well. Go ahead and put that hashtag replay in the chat. But I want to ask you all a question. So the speakers, as well as those who are watching us right now, have you ever read a book? I'm sure your answer to that is yes. Don't answer that in the chat. But what I want you to really answer in the chat, have you ever read a book that transformed your life? Have you ever read a book or more that has transformed your life? Here's the thing. When we see people that are writing books, those books are transforming our lives. We never imagine that we may be that person for somebody else. We may be the person that needs to write the book for somebody else to read, for them to transform their life. We may be that person. I had that exact experience. When I first started my entrepreneurial journey, which is almost 10 years ago now. I was in the corporate world for 36 years. I had 49 jobs in those 36 years. I worked my way up that corporate ladder. I was working for a judge in the Court of Appeals. So the type of work that I did, I was a legal secretary. That type of work, I made it. Like, that was the penultimate. I was working for the number 2 judge in the entire circuit. I really made it, but I was bored out of my gourd. I couldn't stand that job. I felt like I was just pushing paper all over the place, and I had no importance. I had no value. I had no reason to be on this planet. I remember driving to work one day and I said, why am I here? Why am I on this planet? I have no purpose. I have no value. There's no reason for me to be here. All I do is push papers around for a judge. There's no reason for me. I was 51 years old on that day. And I remember that when I got to work, there was a Facebook post from somebody, and it said, I'm a life coach. I took some time off. I'm getting back into it. I'm looking for 5 women who want to change their lives. And I was like, I don't know what a life coach is, but I do know one thing. I want to change my life. So I started working with that life coach, and it did start the ball rolling for me to transform, to see who I am, to discover why I am here. I do know why I'm here now. I know that this has all been a plan that has led me to what I'm doing today. And so I want you to think about your story, your life. What is your purpose? What are you doing? And how are you getting your message out there for other people? So at 51, I decided I'm going to quit this job and I'm going to become an entrepreneur, and I'm going to become a millionaire overnight, which was kind of like those promises that we hear that are not really true, and that didn't happen for me, but so much more did happen for me. It wasn't about the money. It was about the discovery. It was about me learning who I am and what value I have to share when I'm here, and then to show up with that energy, to show up as that person, the person that I'm here to share. So during my journey, as was mentioned in my bio there, I broke through one fear every single day for a year. This was a pivotal time in my life. I had no idea at the time what was going to come from that, but I knew I had a lot of fears. That was one thing I did know. I had a lot of fears, and I want to break through those fears. I won't be able to share with you today because we don't have enough time for me to go into my 7 simple steps to break through fear every single time. But I just want to share with you that you can break through your fears. You can do that. And so part of the journey was I met somebody who was putting together a collaboration book, which is when you have more than one author comes together, they share their message, their story, and they invited me to be in that book. And I was scared, but I said yes because I was scared. My mantra, do it because you're scared. And so I ended up joining that collaboration book, and that led to me ending up writing my own book called The Year of Fears. Now, here's where it comes, that piece that I shared at the very beginning. Your story is there for somebody to hear. About 3 months after I published The Year of Fears, I was attending an event. And there was a woman that I didn't know, but she knew me on Facebook, and she bought a copy of my book. And she said, I bought your book, The Year of Fears. I read the first 14 pages and I've already broken through 5 fears. That was my aha moment, that the value of our stories, they are here to make an impact. Storytelling has been around since the very beginning of time. Storytelling will still be around at the very end of time. It will always be here. What is your story? How are you sharing it with the world? How are you making a greater impact with your story? Now, when Terry was talking, he mentioned 2 things. He mentioned metabolism and animalism, a word I had never heard before. And I was really worried that he was going to go to the next one, cannibalism. But I'm so glad he didn't go there. I'm so glad you didn't go to cannibalism, Terry. What a great message you have to share. You know, our mind and our body, they are connected. And how are we living our lives? And then when Catherine talked, she was talking about branding ourselves. We can use a book as part of our brand. It's one great way for us to use as part of our brand. What is your message that you want to put out to the world? So I wrote this note, and that is to brand yourself or others will brand you. So brand yourself or others will brand you. You get to choose what you're going to do. So definitely, if you're looking for some with branding help, reach out to Catherine. She might be able to help you with that. And so what I wanted to share is one of the greatest things I learned. There's so many things I learned during that year of breaking through fears. But one of the greatest things I learned is that when we have faith in things, that our fear is weakened. So I came up with an acronym, and that is that faith erases anxious reactions. Faith erases anxious reactions. When your fear is strong, your faith is weak. What this means is that when your faith is strong, your fear is weak. When you're experiencing fear, tap into your faith. Tap into the faith in yourself that I can do this. I got this. And if that doesn't work, because oftentimes that doesn't work, tap into the faith from your mentors, your coaches, those people who are in your life that are there to support you. Only the positive and uplifting people. Don't reach out to the people who don't believe in you. And then if that doesn't work, reach out to God, your higher power, what you believe in. Get that faith and then go do it because you're scared. Because 99% of the time, on the other side of fear, you're going to feel glad that you did it. You're going to be proud of yourself for doing it. You're going to meet somebody that you wouldn't have met, and a door is going to open that you didn't even know was closed. So I ask you this today. What is your story? How are you using it? How are you putting it into the world to make a greater impact on the planet? As a book publisher, this is one of my favorite things to do. I'm now a 38 times #1 international best-selling author. And at the very beginning, I didn't even want to share my story. And now I can't share it enough because I know how my story impacts other people, and your story will do the same thing. So what my offer is today is I have a freebie. It's called How to Become an Amazon Bestseller, the top strategies revealed. And I just dropped it in the comments there on Facebook. Thank you everybody for watching. Truly appreciate this opportunity to share my message about getting your story, your message into the world where you will make a greater impact on the planet. You're already making an impact, but how can you make a greater impact? It's by getting your message out there. One last thing I would like to say, and I wrote this down so I wouldn't forget. They say that the know, like, trust factor, this is what helps people to really want to connect with us and to work with us. Now, by sharing our story, this is one of the greatest ways we do that. I like to say it's our relation points that create our relationships. How do we get our relation points out there without sharing our story? Get people to understand and know who you are by sharing your story, getting your message out there in the world. My name is Linda Sunshine West, and I'm the founder and CEO of Action Takers Publishing. It's been my honor and privilege to have an opportunity to share about story.
Wow, Linda. Oh my goodness. What a message. What a message on actually sharing your story that has empowered you to pursue success, that has also empowered others to share their stories too. You've mentioned that how becoming an author helped you to elevate your brand awareness, and sharing your story, you were able to empower others. Now you've compiled books and books. #1, 38 times #1 Amazon and international best-selling author. It means that you are really empowering individuals with your own story, with your very own humanity. What a message. Thank you so much, Linda, for sharing such a profound, much needed message. And I believe our audience, as they are listening under your voice, they will definitely reach out to you because they need someone to help them to get started with their stories. Thank you. Thank you so much, Linda. So to our viewers online, let me see whom we have here. Our viewers online, if you happen to have any questions to any of the speakers today, please feel free to shoot your message to or shoot a message in our chat box, and then we're going to be able to attend your questions at the end of the podcast. So I can see Benoam Mtusi watching with us, and he's giving us all the love. Annalie, Jarvis Bestman, I can see Mariah. Mariah is saying such a powerhouse, and Jarvis Bestman is saying that welcome to our amazing speakers. And I can see Linda really engaging our audience online. Thank you so much, Linda. And Jarvis Bestman is saying that I will, faith and taking the first step. I believe that's the key to your success. And Taylor Goodwill is saying that consistency is so important, right? Linda is asking that. And Jarvis is saying that leading by example help to motivate your team as they follow. Wow. So go out there and get yourself a copy. Linda has already posted her link on how to become an Amazon bestseller. She's going to be sharing all the top strategies that you can take to become the #1 bestseller. And I can see Terry has also shared his link out there. I believe it's a course. You just go on his website as we go live. So I believe that our audience really, they've been inspired, they've been motivated with all of your amazing messages. Our amazing speakers, we thank you. So you know what, it's not gonna be a show without me showing up and showing off. But you know what, I'm gonna be the next and final speaker. But before I speak, this is what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna share my bio with you, and then I'll come back and speak. So please do enjoy. I want you, as you think about your dreams and goals, to put this down. Rise to greater heights. Rise to greater heights, because you need to be clear about your career goals in order for you to gain guidance on professional development. Really, my goal as a mentor or as a coach, it's so simple. My goal is to study your current situation, identify limiting beliefs and other potential obstacles that you might be facing, and then design a plan of inspired action to empower you to pursue success and drive sustainable. I think whosoever said that the sky is the limit was wrong. From today on, I, Dr. Riel and Kunene, believe that the sky is our point of view. Mom. So I think whosoever said that the sky is the limit was wrong. From today on, I, Dr. Riel and Kunene, believe that the sky is our point of view. So let's all rise to greater heights. Point of view. So let's all rise to greater heights. Rise to greater heights.
Dr. Nampumelelo Rial Kunene is an international human rights policy analyst who consults on policies and procedures related to human rights compliance. She is a highly sought-after, energetic, certified Lace Brown international speaker. This passionate leader holds a PhD with a discipline in leadership and business. Dr. Rial N. Kunene is the author and host to Rise to Greater Heights, a book and YouTube channel to turn your fears into greater success while seizing new opportunities. She is also a coach, mentor, and an MC, well known for encouraging many to rise from mediocrity into greatness. Her vision is not only to motivate, but also to empower audiences with a fresh perspective inspiration they require to pursue success and drive sustainable outcomes. In a seriously funny way, Dr. Kunene is an award-winning author, 10 times #1 Amazon and international best-selling author. Her #1 best-selling book, Rise to Greater Heights, has inspired and empowered many to pursue pursue their personal and professional passion to become go-getters. As a trainer, diplomacy protocol officer, and strategist, Rial believes that we are in full control of our choices. Her mission is to meet the needs and transform lives of her clients and her audience. She is also a true advocate for creating new policies that uphold human rights and prevent human rights violations. Dr. Kunene's purpose is to teach everyone about human rights and help organizations understand and promote human rights. Her goal is to study your current situation, identify limiting beliefs, then design a plan of inspired action to empower you to achieve specific outcomes in your life. This change maker, trailblazer, and revolutionary is pushing boundaries and creating a real change worldwide. Like a phoenix that never accepted defeat and rose from its own ashes, she wants to challenge you to unleash your greatness and rise to greater heights. Dr. Rial N. Kunene wears many hats. As a professional certified sales manager, CEO, certified travel counselor, publisher, medical esthetician, philanthropist, and a commissioner for oaths, following her dreams gave her purpose to see her goals through and understand that she does have everything she needs to reach her full potential. Her everyday message is that your journey to be a better person starts with you. So knowing who you are to your core will make you understand that you are the only one who can accomplish your dreams. Hebrews 11, Psalms 27 and 40 keeps her to rise to greater heights. The sky is no longer the limit, but now the sky is our point of view. So let's all rise to greater heights. Kings and queens, please join me. Welcome, Dr. Rial N. Kunene!
Oh, wow. Wow. It's such an honor to be following after such a powerhouse. Really, the amazing speakers here on this platform have shared more nuggets on how to actually elevate your brand and your business. I thank you. I thank you, amazing speakers. I know Catherine, she mentioned that you should cultivate a growth mindset in order for you to elevate that brand. And then Terry, on the other side, he shared all the keys to fitness and nutrition to maximize our energy, so that our body, our body can carry us all the way until, until at the end of our race. And then Linda, she mentioned on how becoming an author to elevate your brand awareness. She started writing, she started contributing into other authors' books, and then she started doing the same thing that she has done to the other authors, the visionaries. So I am here, I'm gonna say, you know what, it's high time you grow your business. Grow your business, because you know what, growing a small business isn't just isn't just an easy, but growing your business is often a necessity for your business's survival. So learning how to grow your business isn't just a worthy goal. It is one of the toughest challenges many face when maybe you're trying to get out of the normal 9-to-5 daily grind. But after you've decided that I just want to grow my business now, it's just a simple matter of taking actions and putting in the work to scale. So like anything in life or in business, rapid growth, it doesn't happen overnight. Every aspect of your business, it deserves attention in order for you to turn it into that, into that income generating business, income generating powerhouse you envision. But kings and queens, you'll have to understand one thing, that you really don't have to see the whole staircase in life to get to the top, but you need to take the first step to get to the top. As my mentor always say, that you don't have to be great to get started, but you have to get started to become great in life. So get started today. Get started today by taking that first step to elevate your brand or your business. From employee training to marketing, there are many several successful steps that you can consider if you wish to see your business grow. So if you can please write it down. Step number one, you'd have to build strategic partnerships. Yes, I say build strategic partnerships. Once you've decided that you want your business to grow, the next step is to identify partnerships. Strategic partnerships with the right companies, it can truly make a world of difference. It can truly make a world of this difference with your business. So build those strategic partnerships. And then step number 2, you'll have to understand your customer service. Understand customer service, because you can only develop products and services that will be a huge hit if you understand your customers' needs. So you'll have to develop products and services that meet those needs. One way to understand exactly what your customers want or what your customers need is by personalizing your services and encouraging them to provide you with feedback. The way Kate mentioned that you'll have to rely upon feedback. I believe that understanding your customer service will help you to elevate your brand or your business. So it's a wake-up call, kings and queens. It's a wake-up call to elevate that brand or that business. It's a wake-up call. But when that alarm clock goes off, please, 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 don't ever hit the snooze button. Don't be like, I'll wake up in the next 2 minutes. I will wake up in the next 4 minutes. You know what? Forever is a long time. Why don't you wake up, get going, and elevate your brand or your business? Elevate that brand. And then step number 3, you'll have to establish customer loyalty. Yes, establish customer loyalty. It takes time to encourage customers to come and buy from you what you offer for them. So loyalty programs are just a great way to increase sales. So establish that customer loyalty. You know, did you know that it costs you like up to 3 times more money to acquire new clients than it does to sell to an existing customer? So building your brand awareness in your local community, for example, is a great way to attract new business. So establish that customer loyalty to those potential clients. And then step number 4, I know in the interest of time, I'm just going like real quick. If you can just write it down, you'll have to conquer your niche market. Conquer your niche market. In order for you to elevate that brand or maybe that business, you'll have to conquer a niche market. So make sure you've clearly outlined your project scope. So do you all remember the analogy of the big fish in a small pond? The big fish in a small pond. So like the niche market is more like the pond, or in this sense. So the niche market is more like a pond. So you should monitor where your customers are coming from in order for you to measure where your marketing activities are successful or not. So you'll have to refine your approach if something maybe is not working after you decided to conquer that niche market. If something is not working, it can lead you into a related line of business, or maybe an entirely different one. So once you know the market that you want to serve, really, you're going to be able to provide the goods and services that are needed by that market. But one thing you'll have to understand is that you can't give from an empty cup. You can never, ever give from an empty cup. So you'll have to fill up your cup first. And then from the overflow, you're going to be able to share with the world. So you'll have to understand that you can't give from an empty cup. So fill up your cup first. And then once your cup is full, then from that overflow, you're going to be able to share with the world. You'll also have to maximize social media. Maximize social media. That's going to be point number 5. Yes, without a doubt, we know that social media is a powerful tool to promote your business to potential customers. So your business must have something that it is passionate about to gain valuable insights through social listening. So you'll have to maximize social media. Kings and queens, as flight attendants always say that, you know what, put on your oxygen mask first before you assist the person who's sitting next to you, because if you don't, trust me, when that flight goes down, you will definitely go down if you're not wearing that oxygen mask. So it's high time we put our oxygen mask first to ourselves before we go out there and help our children, before we go out there and help our neighbors. Because when that flight goes down, if you're not wearing that oxygen mask, the oxygen mask is elevating your brand. I've shared all the nuggets, all these amazing speakers have shared all the nuggets on how you can actually elevate your brand or your business, because the reality is your journey to be a better person, it doesn't start with your neighbors, it doesn't start with your spouse, it doesn't start with your children, but your reality to be a better person it starts with you. So knowing who you are to your core, it will make you understand that you have everything around you to reach to your full potential. So don't ever, ever give up on your heart's desires. You know what? Just recall this, just in case you can't find a way for that moment, that you can have the drive within you to become what you really want to be in life. You know, I am a firm believer of affirmations. So we're going to affirm this together. We're going to affirm this together as if we are taking an oath. So we're going to place our left hand on our chest, and we're going to raise our right hand. We're going to do this together. We're going to affirm this by placing your left hand on your chest and raising your right hand. And we're going to say, I can have the drive within me to become what I really want. Can you say it one more time as if you have faith in your own powerful voice? And guess what? It will echo throughout the whole universe. Say, I can have the drive within me to become what I really want in life. Yes, you can have the drive within you. The drive, just give yourself a round of applause, because the drive is just inside of you to become what you really want to be in life, to get where you want to be in the next 6 months, to set those goals that you're going to be able to achieve within 3 months. The drive is just inside of you. It's not from the outside of you. So that drive, no one else has to put that drive inside of you, but you have it. It's inside of you. You know, it's so funny. It's so funny how my mom and dad gave me this beautiful, beautiful name, Nompumelelo. I know many, when they try to say my name, they always butcher my name. But Nompumelelo, really, Nompumelelo in my own language, it means mother of all success. So you can see that I am really challenged to chase after success. No matter what comes my way, I'll have to chase after success. So if I may ask you, how many of you have dreams and goals that you want to achieve? Maybe let me say in the next 6 months. I know myself, I am one of those. I want you, as you think about your dreams and goals, to put this down. Rise to greater heights. Rise to greater heights, because you need to be clear about your career goals in order for you to gain guidance on professional development. So as a coach or as a mentor, like many of us here, my goal is so simple. My goal is to study your current situation, identify limiting beliefs and other potential obstacles that you might be facing, and then design a plan of inspired action to empower you to achieve specific outcomes in your life. You know, I so wish that you can just tell yourself that, you know what, I've had enough. All these amazing speakers have shared more nuggets on how I can actually elevate my brand, on how I can actually elevate my business. So I want you, like, I just want to encourage you, like, as you now, you have all the ideas on how you can actually do this. But you know what, in order for you to go out there and be the change and make a difference, be the change that we want to see, you've got to be hungry. You've got to be hungry like a hungry lion in the jungle. Really, that hungry lion in the jungle, it doesn't matter what kind of animal comes his way. It doesn't matter if you're that giant elephant or that small squirrel by the jungle. All that hungry lion sees in front of his face is lunch. And it's so funny though, because even with elephants, when they see a lion, what they do is that they run. It's all about the mindset. Once you believe, you become. They already told themselves that, you know what, I'm a lunch to that lion. So each and every time when I see a lion, I'll have to run. I believe we all need the lion mindset that will tell us that, you know what, I am the king in this jungle. I am the king of my own business. I am the king of my own brand. No one has to tell me. So in that way, you're gonna be able to elevate your own brand and business. You know, it's so funny, when I was in the 8th grade, I was nicknamed Phoenix. I was nicknamed Phoenix after writing a composition using the idiomatic expression that says, I rose from the ashes like a phoenix bird, meaning I became successful again. Really, that English teacher, she didn't know that the nickname Phoenix, it resonates with me. And it also aligns with my destiny. So for those of you who don't know the phoenix bird, the phoenix is a Greek mythological bird believed to rise from its own ashes after being buried like hundreds of years ago. This immortal creature acquires new life by rising from the ashes of its own ancestor, which represents our capacity for vision and success. So I want to encourage you, if you're watching and listening under my voice today, that when your world comes crashing down, wear your scars to show how a phoenix feels like to die from inside, and trust in your own capability to rise from your own ashes. Since the phoenix has to die experience pain before resurrection from its own ashes. Please write this down. Write this down in conclusion. Resilience to greatness. Resilience to greatness. And I know you've heard this before, that your setback is your setup for your comeback. Your setback is your setup for your comeback. So if I can be honest with you, I don't know what goals you've set for the next 6 months. I don't know what dreams you have for your own future. But here is one thing I know about you. You are destined for greatness. Inside of you, God has put seeds of excellence. Those seeds are supposed to grow and flourish. But many people have become crippled by their past encounters, and some have stepped over other people to get to the top. But I believe that with God, we are all destined for greatness. Your objective is what you were designed for, and the reason why you live today. With God, we are all destined for greatness as long as we follow His strategy. This is when the growth commences, because discovering your gifts and following God's idea, it will make you understand that you have everything around you to reach your full potential. My everyday inspiration, Mr. Les Brown, he once said, if you had to die today, at this very moment, at this hour, what dreams, what ideas, what visions, what goals, what skills, what talents, and what books will die with you? And the late Dr. Miles Monroe continued saying that the richest place on this planet is the cemetery, because that's where all the goals, all the visions, all the skills, all the talents have been buried. Honestly, I don't know about you, but with me, these messages, they all stirred something within me. That was when I decided to follow my dreams, which gave me a purpose to see my goals through and understand that I do have everything within me to reach my full potential. So this year, I'm also determined to rise to greater heights with as many motivated individuals who are maybe ready to start, grow, and scale their businesses within 90 days. Perhaps you are that individual who started writing your book, and then you were like, you know what, I don't have time for this. You decided to put your book aside, and you were like, I'll do it when the right time comes. The time will never ever come if you don't create it. So if you're that individual who maybe you just want to write and publish your #1 best-selling book within 90 days, trust me, I just offer a free, no obligation, 30 minutes friendly Zoom consultation call, which will allow me to kind of, find out more about the issues that you're experiencing and to see if you are a perfect fit for any of my programs, because I don't work with everyone, but I work with individuals who's going to be like a perfect fit for any of the programs that I offer. So if you're interested maybe to becoming a public speaker, an author, coach, or maybe that entrepreneur who just want to multiply your business by doing what you truly love, what you're passionate about, go out there and book that free consultation call with me, because I just want to empower you to become highly effective and an inspiring leader with a kind of personalized, measurable but scalable program. So go on my website, www.risetogreaterheights.com, and book that free consultation call with me. And yes, everything I do in life or in business, it comes with a guarantee. If whatsoever reason, whatsoever program you sign up with me and it doesn't work for you, trust me. If I say 100% money back guarantee, it's guaranteed. Because I know I'm using the same system that I am training my clients on. So I know it definitely works. If it doesn't work for you, 100% money back guarantee, because my ultimate goal is that you feel extremely confident about your purpose. So we will take it one step at a time, and you are definitely going to transform. So if you give me your why, I'll show you the why, the how. So how cool is that? So this consultation, it offers accountability, education, growth, as well as success. You might have to ask yourself, why is she doing this? Why now? I've been there, I've done that. And many of us, we've been there, we've done that. We know how it feels like. I remember myself 5 years ago, I was completely lost in the hustle. I was exhausted, I was overwhelmed. I had a ton of ideas, but there was no tried and true strategy to run with my ideas. So it was only when I invested in coaching, then I created my first premium offer, and then things started to change. I built an income generating business, just doing what I truly love, what I'm passionate about, and making a real impact out there. So now it's your turn to build your own wealth, because the power is just inside of you. So go ahead and book that free consultation call with me at www.risetogreaterheights.com, because you know what? growing up, I didn't have much in life because my father decided to have an early departure from this planet Earth. I thank God that I missed that flight because I'm still here. I'm still sharing my message. I'm still impacting as many lives as much as I can because I had everything because of my mama's love. And I love you, love you, love you so much, mom. So I think whosoever said that the sky is the limit was wrong. From today on, I, Dr. Riel and Kunene, believe that the sky is our point of view. So let's all rise to greater heights. Thank you so much, amazing speakers. So at this moment, please feel free to share with the audience your final thoughts on how to elevate your brand and business, and share with the audience how they can reach out to you. Share your freebie if you can, and how they can work with you. So Catherine, the stage is yours, Queen.
I think I would actually want to use just a final word. I would like to use what Linda said earlier: brand yourself and don't let others brand you, or else other people would brand you. I think that would be the best way to cap it off. Thank you, Linda. I would like to acknowledge you for that, but I would have to use this for my final word. In order for you to connect with me, I'm always on LinkedIn. I already put my handle there. It's www.linkedin.com/in/Catherine AEC. And looking forward to connecting with all of you. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Catherine. I believe our audience, am I muted? I believe that our audience will definitely reach out to you because they need an accountability partner and you are the one. So they will go out there and reach out to you on LinkedIn, linkedin.com.in/Catherine Catherine AEC. So kings and queens, go ahead and reach out to Catherine because you need someone who will just hold you accountable for your own actions, and she's your go-to. She's your go-to girl. So thank you, Catherine. You can go ahead, Terry, and please share with the audience.
Yeah, everybody's information was great. I enjoyed that. So kudos to all. Anybody who would like to reach out with any fitness nutrition questions anytime can get me at contact@destinymanagement.com. And I did put in the comment section for freebie to download our paper on how to maximize energy and recovery, as well as some information on the courses that we do have. But I appreciate the time. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Terry. Thank you. Thank you for, sharing your wise words with us, sharing your experience, sharing how we can actually maintain that healthy body and whatnot. So I believe our audience will definitely reach out to you. You say destinymanagement.com, mgmt.com. That's where you can get hold of Terry. Thank you, Terry, for sharing with us. What has just happened? Sorry. You can go ahead and Linda, and please share with the audience, please.
I love how you talked about, us, our dreams dying, there's more money in the cemetery than anywhere else. And there's a quote that came to mind when you mentioned that from Maya Angelou. I love this quote. And it's that there is no greater agony than bearing an untold story. This is something that a lot of people will go to their grave with. 24% of the population ever writes their story, but only 3% ever publish it. That means only 3% of the planet are actually getting their message out there into the minds of other people. And so it's time for you to share your story, to get it out there. If you're stumped and you're not sure what to talk about, you don't think your story has any value, any importance, I totally get it. I was there too. I only wrote the book because my mentor told me to. That was the only reason. But I'm so glad I took that first step. You can hop on a call with me. I did put it in the comment section there on Facebook. Just go to imanactiontaker.com. imanactiontaker.com. Let's hop on a call. Let's talk about your story and see if there's a way that you can get your story out there. I know it's within you, but now it needs to come out of you to help other people, to help them to go through their transformation.
Oh, wow. Wow. Thank you so much, Linda. Really, I believe our audience will reach out to you. We need an expert in life who will just guide you how to get started with that story. How can you draft your story? How can you influence the world with your own story? And Linda, she's just your go-to. So if you want to get started with that book, Linda is your go-to. Go out there. She has dropped all of the links on our chat box. Go out there and reach out to Linda. You can also book that call with her. I can see you can book with that call with her. Just check our chat box and reach out to Linda. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Linda. Thank you so much, our amazing speakers, really being here with us today at Rise to Greater Heights Network. We don't take it for granted, really. I know we're all busy people, but for you to spare that 90 minutes to be with us here at Rise to Greater Heights Network, we are so honored. We are humbled. We are saying thank you to all of you. Thank you for the wise words that you poured into our lives. And you know what? I'll go back and watch the replay, but we appreciate your presence here at Rise to Greater Heights Network. Thank you. And to our audience online, thank you so much for joining us here at Rise to Greater Heights Network, where you can turn your fears into greater success while seizing new opportunities. I hope from all these amazing messages, from all these amazing speakers, you've been inspired, you've been motivated, and you are ready to rise to greater heights. So do join us next week at the same time, same place. Thank you. Merci. Siyabonga.
Let him laugh, let him weep, let him yell, let him sing. All they wanna say. Let him lay me traps and men to pray to Jehovah, me I pray. Let him laugh, let him weep, let him yell, let him sing. All they wanna say. Let him lay me traps and men to pray to Jehovah, me I pray. Let I be me instead of playing games. For chasing fame, let somebody set the lack of flames. No, living my life to the fullest and shout out my halala to the fullest. Let my lungs out. I'm still rising up to greater heights as long as